All right, Coach, it is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 20. All right, Coach, it is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Check three. Kill.
Now a handoff looking right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Steeler first down on a pickup of 11 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Back to throw here. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Check 26.
Now they try the right side here. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Watch the screen. 66. Slam. Kill. Hey, alert 3. Watch that.
Now a handoff looking right. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
46-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Man, I got you.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Kirksey able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here we go. 7 ending. Check 53 is mine. Time to go next. Go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Good. 180. Up. 50's the mark. 50. Hey, Charlie. Here we go. 50. Mike 50. We ain't giving up nothing. Mike 50.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. It's caught by OBJ. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Check, crunch. Check 99.
Back to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught at the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
King. Hurry.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
It's a gain of 32. And the Browns first down.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Mayfield now from the 50. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Bravo!
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Watch the run, watch the run. Check 3, check 3. Pistol. Check.
X3, 218, chopper. Pistol. Hey, Echo.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Mayfield to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hurry! Hey, alert!
Hey, we got Mike 50, yeah? You ain't doing my touch.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. His throw caught right around the 6. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side.
Let's go one more. Mike 50.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now a 1st down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Ready? 56. Mike 56. Oh, yeah. 80 weapons. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check.
2nd and 14. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Check, 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 check. Hey, check 24, check 24.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
It's going to be a long day. Save. Get it on. West. 53. Mike. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 2nd and 10. Mayfield, that one complete to Elliott. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
49, check 49, check 49. Real.
Mike 50.
Hey, Delta.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken around the 12. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
2nd and 11. Going right side here, and that's complete. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That's good for a Cleveland first down at 11-yard pickup.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Hey, 180.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Up, up.
Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
All day, dude. All day.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Hurry. Kings.
Be ready.
Mayfield on first down. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, 133.
Mike 50. Let's go.
Hey, exit.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, man.
And again, it's Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. And that's Elliott, complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ezekiel Elliott, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Blue down, blue down. Take forward, take forward.
They'll throw now on the final play. He sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up.
Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and we are tied at 14. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Go. 56, Mike, 56, right there. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. Hatchet. Check 43. Check.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Hey, check.
Here's 2nd and 8. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Here we go. 70, 56, Mike, 56.
Almost 10 yards on the play. It's now third down.
Alert 3. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hurry! Alert!
Mayfield off the play fake. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
You go tight. You got
Alert! Pistol. Five.
check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike.
Hey! Wahoo!
It's our time.
Hurry!
You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2.
I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And that'll set him back 5. Not ideal there. That delay of game backs him up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on 3rd down.
Boy, 56. Check, 56. Here we go, here we go. Trust. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
They're going to look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
Sick. 180. Hey, alert.
1st down, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
It's 2nd down.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. This is Elliott. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Set. 180.
Third and long for Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
56. Come on, boy. Come on, boy.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
He's checking. Crash. 56. Mike, 56, right there, 56. All day, all day, any day.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield. And now he'll tuck it and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A 5-yard touchdown run, and the Browns have taken the lead. Cybert on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the Browns' 45-yard line.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Slam, slam.
And to give this time to the tailback. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. Throw left side complete. That's Leonard. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. And the catch made by Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Boswell for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Landry, the intended target. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Check, 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 check. Let's go. Come on. Kill.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
It's going to be a long day. Shift. Watch the shift. Check, cover. 22. Check, cover. I got one. Check 52. Big edge, big edge, big edge. 64. Weak. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Well, he's going to go for it all. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And this one is right down the middle. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, let's pin point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, Alpha.
Mike 50. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Run. Hurry, hurry.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
What's that?
Here's Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
44, Mike, 44.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Go. Kill.
Hey, turn it up.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A big play there in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it. And this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. does well now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns' drive about to get started. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. Hurry, hurry. Hey, check. 3 down.
He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott.
Complete to Ezekiel Elliott. Out of bounds at the 47-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I'm going back to you. What? Watch twist.
Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting.